Hi, this is Abhishek from GadgetsToUse.com, and today we are here at a very different event. And why we are here is because this event is all about future jobs in India. So over here at this particular event, we have different startups who are pitching their ideas, how they will create different kind of jobs, millions of jobs in the future. And these are youngsters, these are college going students, these are professionals as well. So there are a lot of startups, approximately 50 startups are here to showcase their talent, to showcase their ideas, that how they can create millions of jobs in future. For Indian people out there, for youngsters out there, and definitely it will be interesting to know all these startups. So let's see what they have to showcase.
Through progressive ideas, backed by innovative thinking, passion and courage. The youth of the country are the torchbearers for these ideas, and we at Axis Bank are excited to partner with them in their journey to define a new future for our nation. Over 21,000 participants across 500 cities shared their vision for the future in the largest crowdsourcing initiative. Looking towards harnessing their creativity, ambition and boundless energy, we ask them to help us secure the future of jobs in India.
I have to say, I was extremely impressed with the quality of what I saw. You know, when we had started talking about this about 6 months earlier, my cynical view was everybody will come up with the next app that will change the world. And frankly, that hasn't been the case at all. I think we've had people who've looked at the social benefits, we've looked at the real sector, the real economy, we've had specific apps which have a specific business value. So, I think you guys have done a great job and you should give yourself a round of applause.
What do you think about the event, and what do you think about the startups you have basically come across, the ideas you have come across?
I think the event in itself is a very positive event. I think the format of the event was excellent. You know, and most importantly, I think the ideas that we went through, I went through 7 ideas. The standout feature of these ideas was that they are at one point they're extremely brave because they solve real world problems. But at the other point, they're not futuristic. They're not looking into the future and saying, look, if something happens, government does this. They're taking the whole thing in their hands and saying, look, here's the solution. And the extent of research done, the way they have thought it through, and the way those solutions are being made practical on the ground is, you know, one really commends kids at this age. And for the grasp of mind that they have.
What will make the cut in the long term for manufacturing companies is Uberization of work.
Professionals who would be working on a freelancing basis and to create an exchange for them that they can leverage and find suitable employees for part-time projects and collaborate with them in different ways.
The top 5 finalists for the Future of Jobs in India initiative presented by Axis Bank are here. The ideas span various sectors: manufacturing, industry, agriculture, etc. What we are most heartened is that the participant considered not only technology enablers, the financial impact, but also considered the social milieu and its impact.
The first startup idea which was presented on the stage was BeRozgar, which was about creating a platform so that the unstructured labor can get employment on a daily basis from the former employer. And this can happen seamlessly with the help of the application, and their idea was pretty good. You take a look, what do they have to say?
बिल्कुल 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 तो और पर आप कितने परेशानी कुछ आप बताना चाहेंगे कि कैसा आपको ये यहाँ पे खड़े हो
बाल बच्चे कभी काम करते जो जब भी काम लगे हो घर पे हम खाना लेके जाएंगे
otherwise they will be left unattended and their only medium of job is these dihadi markets or the agents who loot them, which we have seen already. So according to our research, there are around 51 million job providers in all these sections, but they can't reach these people.
And there are 2 options, job provider and job seeker. First, suppose a person log in as job provider. When he click on job provider, he will get the dashboard.
Normal tendency that I like to test the skills out before I hire somebody. So yes, in any case, in Ola and Uber, somebody else is doing that job. Here, what is your the answer?
Yes, sir. Like very good question. in this, in our marketing strategy, we have shown workshops. So we will be organizing live workshops for these people.
The next startup idea which was presented on the stage was Team Bodhi, which was about to set up a dedicated product e-waste management units which could do the refurbishing, component extraction, material extraction for the electronics which are not being used and being there in household and offices. Here is a small snippet from their presentation.
It is the largest importer of e-waste. The e-waste in India is expected to grow at a rate of 30% for the next 5 years. And by 2020, India will be handling 52 lakh metric tons of e-waste.
The next startup idea which was presented on the stage was MeColor, which was deriving and applying microbial colorants as alternative to the existing synthetic and floral colors in order to minimize the use of hazardous chemical colors in day-to-day usage. Here is a small snippet from their presentation.
In case of plant pigments, a chemical agent is needed to fix up the dye on the fabric, whereas these few microbial pigments did not require any such chemical agent to fix up the dye on the fabric. Next, our application was focused to cosmetic sector. Here you can see we have checked soap, moisturizer and Vaseline for the microbial pigments.
The next startup idea which was presented on the stage was Croyance, and it was about to develop a farm equipment aggregator platform which would create shared value for the farmers and help them to do farming in a better way with high and low cost farm equipment on a pay per use basis. Here is a small snippet from their presentation.
So we both have our roots in a rural background, and we keep visiting our hometowns often. So we keep showing, like, you know, the fancy videos which come on WhatsApp, like the drones spraying fertilizers, spraying pesticides. And we happen to just share those with one of our relatives and say, see, this is the technology we need to use.
The usage of water and minimize the effect of irregular monsoon. Also, on the monetary front, our organization will be creating a center which will generate enough cash.
If you are going to be dependent on subsidy, you will never get subsidy.
Even if
you are doomed to failure.
Sure. Yeah. In that,
your business model has to be totally commercially viable without government subsidies.
Yes.
What have you learned in terms of the real barriers to building this business?
So even though they have been for around 3 years, most of them have just started their operations only in 2016 May or so.
The fifth and the last startup which presented their idea was Chaiyya Chaiyya, and it was about the idea of growing vegetables on the empty rooftops of the building and houses in urban cities of the country by taking these roofs on lease and selling these vegetables through exclusive stores by creating a large employment opportunity for both low and high skilled people. Here is a small snippet from their presentation.
I'm sure each one of you present here must have discussed with someone or the other the quality of vegetables that we get these days, right? Fruits are too colorful. Guards are pulseless. When we did our primary research, we found out that people were aware. So 60% of our respondents said that they know that the quality of vegetables that they get is not up to the mark. Initially, we want to target the HRA B1 and B2 cities of Smart City project, for example, Indore and Surat. And in the long term, we'll be moving into HRA A1 and A2 cities like Bombay and Chennai.
If you want to learn how to swim, you got to jump into the water. That's how people learn how to swim. So I think that's the first step is they have taken. And they have to learn, adapt, persevere. These are the few things they have to do consistently. Doing a startup or engaging with your idea, your dream, it's always about selling. You're selling to everybody. You're selling your passion, your idea with passion. And is it for fundraising, or if it is for even selling your customer, or even at home, getting to tell your parents that you're doing some startup, you're not doing a job. It's all professional selling. You've got to believe in your dream and try hard to pursue and succeed.
And I was very, very impressed with the quality of presentation. They were extremely futuristic. There were a lot of great ideas. They're focused on innovation. They're focused on technology.